All right, we got our timer going as we always do. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hey, my name's Jameis Nisler. Uh, Students call me Mr. I or Mr. Isler, or sometimes just Isler. I teach English, and this will be my starting my third year at Northampton High.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I try to tell them Cody. I try to get them to Cody, but a lot of times they'll just say Mr. Cody, and I'm like, all right, you can call me Mr. Cody. I don't
Yeah,
care. And so you have ninth graders this year, right? Or
yeah,
some? Yeah. Good,
yeah.
good. And what do you like about teaching ninth graders?
They're fresh. You know, they're not just freshmen. They're not cynical about the whole thing yet. Um, and they bring some good ideas. I like their energy most days. We'll see what happens
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
over
No,
the Yeah,
I agree with you. I think that they're really popping. They're really creative. We all know that the dangerous year in high school is sophomore year.
that's right.
You know,
Exactly.
freshman year you're new. Junior year that's hustle time, right?
Right.
And then
Sophomore year is the lull.
it's the loss. They call it the slump. So that's the year to really watch out for. Um, what anything good this summer happened? Any highlights for you for this summer?
The summer was actually pretty mellow. You know, I have a child who's a rising senior, so we went around a lot in New England and looked at colleges, but it was COVID looking.
Hmm.
I looked at a lot of empty campuses. So like that was really positive in that, we're getting ready for this transition in my personal life. But otherwise, kept a low profile. It was, everybody stayed healthy and safe.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And what were you like as a ninth grader? How would you describe yourself?
I was a mess.
Yeah,
I was a
me
mess.
too.
I I was lucky enough to find a setting. I went to military school that
Yeah.
fit my brain. So the having someone else constantly schedule me to be at a place at a time really was the saving grace. Um, Otherwise, who knows what would have happened? Not
Yeah.
that I always got it right, but at least there was a framework for to work within.
Yeah, you know what? I could have really used that at that time because I was also just a hot mess. And I think that I really would have benefited from. I don't know if I would have voluntarily turned myself in, but I think it would have been really excellent for me. I do like that sense of order. I have to say, in being a high school teacher, you get that a little bit because you
Right.
come to show up and it's a certain time, and I like that aspect of it. It's really neat. What about advice you have for your students coming in this year? It's a particular year, but at least starting remotely.
As much as possible, uh, be flexible. And the thing to remember is that all of your teachers have taken on this task um, as an act of giving, not of taking, right? So I know a lot of students are going to come in and worry about how the process or the format is going to affect their grade. And the fact of the matter is, most of the teachers I know, like 99.9%, um, work harder to help a student raise a grade, and they are very much resistant to the idea of not only letting a student fail, but being punitive in terms of punishing by grading. So I want you to take that grade anxiety off of take it out of the picture.
Yeah.
And if you're working with me within this online experience, um, you've got to work harder to get a bad grade than you do to get a good one.
Absolutely. I think that's great advice. And I think that for like, I mean, I don't know about you, but to me, I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. I do want learning to happen more than it did in the spring because I just think that's healthier. Like we
Right.
all want that. And I think that we're all really thinking hard, like, well, how does this be meaningful but not overwhelming? And yeah, like if we're not out to get you, we are definitely not. We're not out to get anybody here. We just want you to learn and that during this situation. So I think that's really excellent advice.
Right.
Uh, I think everyone should hear that loud and clear. Well, look, if you're lucky enough to have Mr. Isler, you'll see him shortly.
All right.
Thanks. Thanks.